guys, today we're going to work on some rounding, and so I have some questions just to share with you guys. So in the past, you might have been using things such as 5 or more, let it soar, 4 or less, let it rest. We're going to put those to rest right now. No roller coasters are needed now. We're going to be using some number lines. So let's take a look at how that might, we put that into practice. So our first question here is, Robert had 63 Pokemon cards. About how many cards does he have now? So we want to make a statement sentence for kids. So all we're going to do with that is we're going to take our question, we're going to rephrase it as a statement sentence. Robert has about blank cards, and I'm going to add the word now. From here, we really want to teach reasonableness to kids. Okay, we have 63. We could have easily said 63. Okay, we need to do that to the tens place, or we need to do to the hundreds place. It didn't say, so I suggested, okay, let's do that to the tens place. So what do we know about counting to the rounding to the tens place? Okay, guys, let's count by tens. 10s, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60. Let's put some intervals down. Let's go ahead and make a number line. 40, 50, 60, 70, 80. Okay, guys, what do you know about the number 63? What two tens might that fall into? In between. Oh, okay, guys, like somebody might say it's close to 60. Somebody else might say 50. Let's actually put it on the number line. Okay, let's count for me. 50, 51, 52, 53. Okay, no, we're not there. 60, 61, 62, 63, 64, 65, 66, 67, 68, 69, 70. What would be right here? 65. Okay, that's where you guys can talk about the fives. So 63 would round down to 60. Round down to 60. 63 is between what two tens? 60 and 70. It's closer to 60. So it rounds to 60. Okay, let's take another look at how we can do this with larger numbers. Now, one of the reasons that we don't teach tricks is because what happens when we get to larger numbers like this, if all we've done is teach tricks, then our kids don't know how to apply those same tricks when we have larger numbers. Let's take a look at what that might look like. Samuel counted the number of fans watching the Houston Texans. He estimated there were 72,220 fans. What is this rounded to the nearest 100? Okay, what is this number rounded to the nearest 100? Let's take a look. Let's zoom in. What's in the hundreds place? We notice a 2 is in the hundreds place. So what is the value of that? 200. So we're going to have intervals that we're going to put in. We want to have intervals before 200, intervals after 200. 72,100, 72,200, 72,300. What would the midway point be? And think aloud. Oh, the midway point over here was 5. So the midway point over here in the hundreds place would be, okay, we have 5, we have 50, so 250. So 72,250. So if we're thinking about 220, would 20 be closer to 200? Would 20 be closer to 300? Where does that fall in the relationship to 250? Oh, it's before 250. So it's going to be right here. 72,220 is closest to 72,200. Okay, you could do the same thing with what would this be rounded to the nearest 1,000? Same thing, you're going to have your intervals. 71,000, 72,000, 73,000, 74,000. 72,220, 72. Where would our midpoint be now? Well, we have 550. Now our midpoint is 500. Okay, so we're going to put 500 right here. So 72,500. Does that come before 72,500 or after 72,500? Well, 200 would be before 500. So we're going to put it right about here. 72,220 would be closer 72,000. We're gonna do the same thing, rounding to the nearest 10,000. 50,000, 60,000, 70,000, 80,000. What's our midpoint now? Our midpoint is 5,000. Okay, so we have 75,000 as our midpoint. We have 72. Is 72 closer to 70 or 80? Well, it's less than 75, so 72,220 will be closer to 70.